Welcome into the Stanford Cardinal Dynasty, where we continue our homestand in the Pac-12, this time facing 8th ranked Oregon State. And there's a lot on the lines in this one: playoffs, conference championship, and overall bragging rights. Now our Card are coming in off a big win against Washington, knocking them out of the top 25. And in this game, we saw the debut of a little bit of a hybrid offense with both Gordon Draft and the starting quarterback in Elijah Brown. And it was pretty successful. What wasn't successful was the play of the offensive line. Not that we get to see it here, but this group had several late penalties that nearly gave Washington a chance to take that game. And while we are by far the least penalized team in the Pac-12, that's still something to worry about. Late on in these games, you got to make sure you clean up your play and walk away with a win. And with our opponent today in the Beavers picking up a lot of big wins this year, including an SEC win over Ole Miss, I expect that we need to play a clean game. Now, over their last handful of games since their bye, they are 3-2. They lost to both Boise State and Utah, though despite that, they are still ranked above us. They did handedly win against USC, destroyed San Jose State, as well as Arizona. They are led by Mike Hyde, who is having a great season. 2,400 passing yards, 24 touchdowns, 65% complete. Rushing the ball, you have Jamar McMillan averaging 4 yards a carry, 7 touchdowns on the year. They also will very much run around with Mike Hyde, so we need good contain today. Receiving, they got two main guys, Montrell Hatton Jr. and Barry Wilds, though do not forget about Jordan Anderson, who receives just about as many targets as the other and is tied in touchdown receptions. Defensively, they've got two guys to watch out for, the first being Thomas Collins, the redshirt senior right end. Now, we did a great job of shutting down Washington's star pass rusher, but we also have to worry about Andre Jordan Jr., the redshirt senior corner, who has 6 picks on the season, and the kicking game is strong here with Brendan Pitts, who's 88%, and he could hit from 50 plus. As both of these teams look to solidify playoff positioning, we are ready to get this one underway. ETN with the boot. Wallace back to return, and he'll take it down the middle. Roseboom meets him, as well as Atkins. They'll start at the 18. Mike Hyde has helped elevate this Oregon State team to a new level beyond what they've seen in many, many years. Can he find the win here against the Cardinals? Starting with the spread pass and to the outside, picking up 9. They're number 9 in Wilds, giving them a 2nd and 1. Play action here, and downfield with an open lane, Hatton into plus side. Now, in seasons past, we've also seen their running back here, number 81, have a lot of success. They're going to try to utilize that to help open up that passing game here as Hyde, he takes the read option. First down again, go the Beavs. Cardinal might need to find a way to work in a little bit more QB spine. Need the edge rushers to have a great game today. Motion. They fake the jet sweep, fake the handoff. Open is the tight end with running room. Toner down to the 13. And that is of no relation to the former Stanford player of Toner. And passing right in front of Richardson. Beavs just keep pulling off the big plays. 2nd and 3. They go 2 spread either side. Hyde. He hands this one off. Logan with it. Escort finds the end zone. Couldn't have asked for a cleaner opening drive here for Oregon State. They take an early 7-0 lead, and the Cardinal defense, they got to make some adjustments. And at a minimum, that offense has to come out here with the same tenacity, drive down the field, and find a touchdown. Now, they are highlighting the receivers in this game. We saw Hatton get a big grab. Haddad is who they are referencing. We'll see how much he gets involved in this offense as Parrish, he takes the handoff on the RPO. He'll pick up 8. He was the player of the game also last week. Falling behind his line here and picking up that first down. These offenses running almost the opposite. A lot of spread down the field kind of look there from Oregon State. Meanwhile, this offense is a little bit more dink and dunk. let their playmakers make the plays with the ball in their hand as McCoy eventually gets down, though that was very reluctantly. 2nd and 1. And they swing it out to the opposite side. Keenan, he's got the first down with a gain of about 5. He was able to pick up some big plays last week and even the week before. He's kind of really picked up his game here just in general, breaking off the sack and eventually do find Haddad, who will pick up about 7 or 8, take a couple hits along the way. While Brown definitely not the most agile, he's also the best at breaking sacks of our quarterbacks. 2nd and 4, they go jet sweep Keenan all the way to the outside. He's got the first down and an extra 5. He does give some vibes of some former slot Patriot receivers, though not the one you're probably thinking of. Across the middle and dropping it is Buck. He, as well as the offensive line, probably the most inconsistent from this side. Honestly, Brown is also probably in that mix. Either way, the offense just very inconsistent. But facing a 3rd and 9, they got to find a first down. Under center, Brown. Under pressure, ball pops out. Simmons jumps on it, but it'll have to be a punt. A fairly promising drive stalls out for the Cardinal. Beavs get the stop with a 7-0 lead. An RPO to the outside, and Wilds isn't going anywhere. Atkin reads it pretty quickly. No gain. 2nd and 10. Hyde making some changes in the backfield, handing this one off for Logan. Slips one tackle. Atkins with another tackle. And it brings up a 3rd and 4. 2 to left-hand side, Wilds to the right. Cardinal bring the blitz, finding the first down. Another catch for Toner. Hyde is showing incredible talent here for such a young quarterback. Looks like early movement, though no flag. And nearly a first down goes Hatton. They found him on a couple of those quick RPO slants. 2nd and 2. Handing the ball off. Logan with space down the middle. Center cleared the way. And to the end of the first, we already arrive. So far, Oregon State has appeared to be the more dominant team. A great offensive possession to start. Defense got a stop, and so far it's been a great second drive for them. Cardinal defense still trying to figure them out. But with 3 quarters to go, plenty of time for that. Just got to make sure the offense steps up. Pressure here, and should have been a pick. Rico Cote was sat right while that was thrown, but it went right by him. Instead caught. It's a gain of 6, 2nd and 4. 2 players move, and it looks like they're going to get Sony Fotu. It was near instantaneous, but no home field advantage with these refs. First down, and getting to the outside. Logan slips the tackle at Camp, and is going to pick up 9. In fact, most of their plays have gone for a gain of at least 5 yards today. 2nd and 1. Hopefully we can end that streak here as they motion out Logan. A little hard pump and picked off Camp. That'll do it. Hitting the Cards the ball and finally ends the drive of Oregon State. Hopefully that's going to be a big momentum swing here for the Cardinal. It was just a jumbled up mess over there, and we somehow came away with that ball. Pass to the right-hand side, Blouse. He gets the first down. And now it looks like Cardinal coming out here with a little bit of some hurry up. With that ace pistol set to the outside, and Parrish, he's rallied around. In fact, they'll actually mark that as a loss of 1, so the hurry up doesn't quite work. 2 deep safeties press on the outside for Haddad, though that comes off with the motion of McCoy. 2nd and 11, play action, and they're trying to get this one out to Buck, who gets the catch down around the 40. Well, that just might make up a little bit for the drop on the previous drive. 1st and 10 plus side. RPO swinging it back out to Keenan, who tries to juke and can't get to the outside, but a gain of 8. Cardinal down now at the 30. Back in pistol. More motion here, Blouse. Dropping back, letting this thing develop. No one quite breaking open and throwing it away. Now for the first time in this one, draft comes out at quarterback. It's 2 spread either side. He keeps it. Read option to the right-hand side and slides down. First down at the 22. He had a couple big gains for the Cards in the last one. Trying to build on that in this one. As he doesn't flip it out. Maybe he dribbled it? I don't know. Either way, it looked like he tried to get it out to Parrish. Goes as a loss of 3. Hard count, movement up front. Looks like the DT jumps first, and that's who they're gonna get. Well, that'll make up for the non-pitch on that one. Get a gain of 2 essentially. 2nd and 8. Brown back in at quarterback, has motion. Gonna roll to the right-hand side. And it looks like he's trying to just get back to the line. Just a great job in contain there. 3rd and 9. Hard count again. This time no one jumps. Pass to the right, and Keenan holds on. 1st down, Cardinal. He honestly might be the most sure-handed of all of our receivers. Dog takes the handoff here and fights through the first contact. And he gets the Cardinal now down at the 4, and draft checks back in. Parrish down the middle, can't get by the DT. Great stop there, and a 3rd and goal. They do give a credit of about half a yard gain. And trying to find a lane, draft denied. They had contained on the outside too with the pitch. But the offense stays on out. 4th and goal. Hard count, no one jumps. Hard count movement. Are they going to get the edge or are they going to get the tackle? They're going to get the tackle. A Nody Nigbun will bring out ETN then to get us on the board, make it 7-3. We at least get the field goal off the camp interception. But with just about 2 minutes left in the first half, this game has flown by. Cardinals still trying to find a lead in this one. Logan to the outside, patient running, and he gets back to the line. 2-minute warning hits there. Both teams do have 3 timeouts. 3 receivers on the left-hand side here for Oregon, as they will throw one late to that side. Hatton picks up 7. That will bring up a 3rd and short, looking to air the ball downfield and finding an open receiver. Anderson goes all the way across the field, and the Beavers are now up to the 40. 1:20, still have their timeouts if they need them. Pass downfield and open again, Hatton Jr. Beavers call their first timeout following, but Hennessy, he's struggling out there on that island. 2nd and 10 under pressure. Nicholson brought on the corner blitz, hits home. That's a big play for the Cardinal. Taking off a little bit of that just pure momentum here for the Beavers. Hyde now trying to find somewhere to go. There's open grass in front of him, and he will take it. Taking the contact, he picks up the 1st. And they'll give him a moment to catch his breath thereafter. 2nd timeout called. They're down at the 30. Empty set here, bringing the blitz. Leads to the quick throw, and Sumlin trips. Logan can then take that free yardage down to the 10. Cardinal have just left too many things wide open in this one. They do not call their last timeout, though. Passing this one, got to get a stop prior to the goal line. Toner dropped at about the 1. They called that timeout, and they'll probably bring out the field goal unit. Definitely not the best job here from the defense to put this one back up by a touchdown. He misses it. He never pulled it. It stayed to the right, and it'll be 7-3 at half. Cardinal catch themselves a little bit lucky there with that missed field goal. But just a lot left out on the table. Defensively, they've struggled to pick up stops, and offensively, they've had opportunities to pick up some big plays, continue drives, find some touchdowns, and they just haven't quite done so. Cardinal do lead this one in time of possession, but total offense is more than doubled by the Beavers. And that might come down to the lack of a running game today. Parrish just 2.2 rushing, Dog 4, but only on 1 carry. An early running for player of the game is Mike Hyde, who has 154 yards passing. And coming out of halftime, Coach Barrington said the biggest thing for us is going to be this first drive. We get the ball, we've got to go and set the tone. And considering the offense really hasn't had the ball that many times, we'll see what Coach Barrington decides to go with. Well, motion out the gate here as draft is in at quarterback. Good chop block on the outside. Parrish takes it for 4. Now, we haven't seen much from draft in terms of passing game, mostly out there for some read options, a couple screen plays. But he is looking like he's at least set up to pass here. No, he takes it for a scramble, and he shakes out 2 defenders for the first. That's definitely change of pace for sure. Brown, he checks back in as they go RPO. Quick throw out to Blouse for 5. The Beavs have played a lot of off coverage, and that's leaving those kind of plays open. With a little dump off here, Buck, he drops it. Seemed to be more focused on the sideline rather than getting the catch, and it leaves a 3rd and 5. Hard count, no one jumps. Go across the middle, Blouse a little bit behind, but he makes the adjustment. That keeps this Cardinal possession going here as they're about at the midfield line. Pistol set, both running backs in. Looks like they bring the blitz and throwing nearly to the Beaver defender. That's definitely where Brown has caught himself several times. Going with the sweep this time, or stretch more like a good juke move, Parrish. He sent that defender flying. 3rd and 6. Hard count. Looks like Baklenko moved. There was a little twitch from the DT, but no neutral zone infraction. So that's a big miss and harkens to the penalties Coach Barrington was talking about heading into this game. 3rd now and 11. As they go Haddad, who gets the catch? 1st down card. He's definitely stepped into his own this year with a little bit of a slow start. But he is becoming the team's true #1 receiver. Unfortunately, the pass blocking couldn't hold up on that one. It's a big loss. 2nd and 14. Keep having those steps forward and some steps back. Under pressure, getting it out. Haddad can't hold on. That time just under too much heat from the linebacker. 3rd and 14. One receiver either side. And Brown has nowhere to go. Once again, promising start, but nothing comes to fruition. And just like we saw earlier, like first drive of that first half, it's not going to set that tone like Coach Barrington was looking for. Instead, defense will have to do so. With a quick stop on the outside, a good first step. 2nd and 10. Logan, the running back, as they look to play action. And downfield, they find Wilds this time for a big gain. Cardinals still struggling to make those big plays consistently here on defense. Just a couple plays into the drive, though, maybe a little too early to call. As Hyde hands this one off. Logan, he finds space down the middle. He is rumbling down around the 15, but closing. Cardinal will catch back up. Keep the points off the board for now. 1st and 10 at the 5. They go back to Logan, and he finishes it off the next play. Oregon State finds a touchdown here, their first drive, just like the first half. And that's going to start putting even more pressure here on the Cardinal offense, who have not found a touchdown today. Opportunities were there. They just haven't completed drives. Brown dropping back, going to the outside. Blousay gets the catch, turning it up, a gain of 22 and out of bounds. The offense just has been off the mark today. They got to get back to what they do best. Motion here, Haddad, dropping back. They go Haddad's way, and it's through his hands. Ever since we gave him that compliment in the first half, he just has not played the same. Setting up the screen to him this time, lead blocker goes for a decent gain. There is a flag down, and it's going to be a late hit in on the quarterback. A Cardinal will definitely accept that one. They're now down to the 31. It just adds on yardage to the end of the run, and under heat. Brown was barely able to get that one out. Ball hits the turf here. Motion on the next play, Haddad to the right-hand side. They swing it out to him. They're clearly trying to get their speedy guys in space. But so far, Oregon State is matching it. 3rd and 10. Hard count. Early movement, though they don't call it. And Haddad can't squeeze it. I believe that gives them about 4 drops in this game. ETN out to squeeze this one in between the uprights. They get another field goal, leaving them down by 8. And that means the defense has to pick up some stops. 1st and 10, throwing open Wilds just shy of the first. Though it looked like the Cardinal were in a good coverage for that, they just sat a little bit too loose. Handing this one off Logan, he's got the first down. Battle of the trenches have definitely gone way of the Beavs in this one. Cardinal have to find a way to chop on in. As we're inside a minute left here in the 3rd. And Sony Fotu forces the pressure. Nelson contains. That's a big play for this Cardinal defense. Now they've got to build on it. 2nd and 14. And read option. Biting in on it was Nelson. And Hyde will pick up all the lost yardage plus some. That is the difference in this one. When we get behind the chains, we struggle to make up for it. Oregon State has not. A very, very good job recovering from those missed plays. But in a top 11 battle, you've got to find a way to make them. 3rd and 2. Cardinal, they got to get a stop here on defense. Nelson trying to get back there. Time still, and finding Hatton Jr. downfield. Hyde is continuing a dominant performance today. He really has elevated this Oregon State team to a whole new level. They used to be, quite honestly, overlooked time and time again. But now they're making some big plays. Flag comes down under pressure. Hyde takes a hit from Ume, but it looks like they're going to call it on Richardson. Just a little bump downfield. Didn't really affect the play much at all outside of giving him the penalty. Very ticky-tacky call there from the referee, and then a gain of 8 goes back to Hatton Jr. Handoff, big stop there is Rico Coach. The defense has got to at least force some field goal attempts here. Oregon State missed their only of the first half right before the end of the half. Delayed handoff and cutting back, no one is there, Richardson. He's got to make that tackle. If you're there, no excuse. 1st and 10. Inside the red zone, make it an empty set. Pressure, they get it out late, and Logan gets the catch but loses 2. And I could swear that Hyde has been watching all of the greats film Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, because as soon as he senses that pressure, he gets the ball out, but the Cardinal are driving him backwards here. It's now 3rd and 18, and you hear this crowd chanting for their defense. They need to get the stop. Oregon State has some guys underneath. They will dump it off to Logan, getting back to the line of scrimmage, and it will be the field goal unit. Kicking this one at about the 23-24, about a 34-yarder we will call it. Pitts has been good this year, and he slides it in. It's now a 2-score game here in Palo Alto. With 5:28 left to play, Cardinal have to find a touchdown. That's something they have not found today. Taking this one to the outside, McCoy gets the catch. First down out around the 40. Though they do spot him actually inbound, so therefore Cardinal, they're going to run a little bit of some hurry up here then. Back under center. Brown trying to get his team ready. Has motion along the right-hand side, goes Blouse. Dropping back, rolling now. He's got Haddad, puts it on him a little bit behind, but down inside the 30. And the Cardinal will catch their breath there. No hurry up, but a big play nonetheless. As we approach 4.5 minutes. Closer and closer to the end zone. That's where we gotta be. As Brown, he just scrambles here, picking up 7 and out of bounds. Just need to get that ball 20 more yards downfield into that end zone. As it's out for Haddad and through his hands. We're starting to get cases of the drops out here, and that's something we cannot afford. 3rd and 3. Brown making a change here. He's got 2 receivers to the right-hand side. Hands this one off, and Parrish goes nowhere. And at this point, you have to go for it. Offense stays out inside 4 minutes left. Brown, he's dropping back. He's got Haddad to the outside. Who gets the catch? And he will beat number 1. It looked like he might have been caught. Cardinal finally get into that end zone. But there's still a lot of work to do here. And that includes a 2-point attempt to make this a field goal game. 2 out to the right, 1 to the left. Brown, he fires, and it comes up empty. Good coverage, it will come down to a touchdown. Well, that's only if this defense can get the stops. 3:50 left. RPO and caught by Hatton. Goes as a gain of 6, 2nd and 4. Defense, they've got to make plays on those. As they go play action to the outside, and maybe caught, maybe not. Either way, it's no gain, and it's a 3rd and 4. To get off the field here, defense needs a big play. Oregon State will look to pass the ball, and it's picked off by Brandon Nicholson. He's going to give the offense the ball at the 32. With 3:12 left, Cardinal now in charge of this game, but they need that touchdown. Oh, for Hyde, you got to feel a little bit bad there. That was his one and only mistake he's had today, and that might be a decision maker in this one. Offense takes the field. It's draft in at quarterback. He keeps it on the read option, right down the middle, sliding down. He picks up 8. Now it already looks like the offense is going to let the play clock run in between these plays as well. 3rd and 2. Parrish takes a handoff. He's got the first down. And that takes us inside the 2-minute warning. Again, still needing the touchdown here are the Cardinal. keeping this one draft. He's got a lane, and he fights forward, taking the contact. We've already heard from Coach Barrington that he's going to switch positions next year, so getting used to that contact. Dog takes the handoff. He's down the middle, down to the 1. And honestly, that's probably a good thing for the Cardinal. Let a little bit more time come off that clock as the play clock is down inside 5. Goal line v. goal line. Dog keeps on his feet. He finds the end zone. He had to withstand 2 hits from a Beaver defender and then hops over all the bodies on the ground to give the Cardinal the lead. Well, that is only a 1-point lead. Trying to make this a field goal game for safe. And Keenan can't hold on. Thomas Collins also injured on the play. But a big miss there for Ed Keenan, who's been the most sure-handed receiver out on the field today for the Cardinal. 48 seconds, 3 timeouts, and just needing a field goal, and Hatton takes them to about midfield. This one is still by far not over. 2 timeouts remain here for Oregon State. Pressure rolling, and a quick dump off. Second timeout called. It looks like that pressure is starting to kind of frazzle Hyde a little bit. Wonder if Coach Barrington will keep sending it. It's a spread look here. They bring that rush. Sumlin steps down and he gets the sack. Final timeout is called. And that brings up a 3rd and 11. Bringing the blitz here again. This time they pick it all up. Originally in a wide open receiver is overthrown. Toner. That could have been it. Instead, 4th and game here. Downfield, Sumlin gets the pick. Cardinal will win this game. He's looking for a little bit of stats to pad. What a comeback from the Cardinal. They withstand the Oregon State Beavers. It's a gritty win. But that is what college football is all about. 18-17 Cardinal take down 8th-ranked Beavers, helping solidify their hopes in the playoffs, though with still 2 weeks in the regular season to go. But this game really pivoted on the play of Mike Hyde, who was 85% complete, but he threw picks late, made some bad decisions. Cardinal capitalized. They walk away with a very, very important win, and that's with 6 drops on offense. And to round out a great week, we finish our in-season recruiting, landing the 4-star cornerback out of Oxford, Alabama in Ty Holly. And that leads us into rivalry game after rivalry game. Facing Cal up next, we have climbed up to 7 in the national polling. And we needed UCLA to lose, and indeed they have. We have climbed into position to make a race here for the Pac-12 Championship as well. Colorado, they've dropped in rankings. They were at 4, now they are down to 8. We are up to 7. Utah, they're right behind us though. They're at 25 nationally, but in conference here. Same overall record, though we have the better conference record. So this one is going to come down to the end, but we are in charge of our own fate. With the final 2 regular season games slated, California currently ranked 20, Notre Dame. There's a lot still on the lines. These are 2 games, rivalry games. You never know what happens in those games. We got to make sure we put our best foot forward. We did not do that today. And really one of the biggest problems we've had and what slows us down offensively, one is the penalties we talked about at the top. To talk about at the bottom are the drops. These receivers have dropped so many. Blauset 7, 6 with Haddad, and honestly 4 of those were today. If they're properly counting these, you never quite know. Buck has had a lot of drops this year. Ed Keenan has had 4. Then get into Dog and Lucas, and I honestly don't really count Lucas much because he doesn't really see much playing time, but our main receivers are dropping too many passes. We can't let that happen, because in key spots like today, when 2-point tries that could have made this thing a little bit easier at the end, we missed out on opportunities. Right now, Haddad does lead us in receiving, but we're not bringing in massive receiving yards, which means when it comes to the transfer portal, a lot of receivers aren't going to look our way. So we need these receivers to develop, and it's really good we landed those 5 stars. And it is those 5 stars plus a handful of 4 stars that leave us as the second best recruiting class. And as mentioned, this is where we're going to call it done. So we're probably going to start to drop down this list until we get into the off season and maybe we have some transfers come in. If that's the case, that may raise this up. But overall, we landed 13 players. We do have 14 leaving. That's where we're going to leave things open for the transfer portal. If no one else from that transfer portal decides to come in, well, then we'll look at maybe bringing in a few more freshmen, true freshmen out of high school. But mostly, we're done recruiting this year. But even with that done, we are not done. As it stands, we will have at least 3 more games if all things go according to plan. We still have a whole lot more games to get through here, as we would have the conference championship, and hopefully our bowl games would be the playoffs, and play through those and hopefully win a natty. That would be great to make sure you see if that happens. Hit that bell icon on the bottom right or scroll down, hit the sub button, and definitely tap that bell icon so you're notified of when these videos go live. This series every single Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Madden 25 Jaguars franchise every single Tuesday, Thursday. A lot of action happening here. We'll see you next time for the next installment of The Big Game.